For your sins, you and everyone you love will suffer. Time to atone. The Reaper Man, not based on that one line from that White Zombie song, more human than human, more human than human, more human than human, was directed, written, shot, produced by, likely coffee made by Jaron Lockridge, who made this film on a very, very small budget. This is a film dedicated to his dad that got him into filmmaking, loved horror movies, and you know what? It's a nice tribute. I'm so sorry he lost his dad. And this is set in Memphis, Tennessee. By Christ, can you tell with some of the accents and with some of the locations? That being said, you shoot where you're familiar. And it was made on a small budget. It is about a couple that wants to get a brand new house. That goes tits up. Then there's a home invasion. One of them ends up dead. And the wife, Jessica, played by Jessica J. Johnson. There are a few other people in this movie. She's trying to pick up the pieces. Pick up the pieces. And she's not over the fact that she lost her husband. A certain amount of time passes. Not necessarily certain how much, but really there's no timetable on how to grieve when you lose a significant other, the love of your life. And then she's given information to possibly, maybe, bring her husband back and live a happy life. Well, that doesn't go well because when you apply voodoo, the hoodoo that you do so well, certain bad things happen. And Joseph, without his amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, comes back to seek revenge on the people that ruined his and her, well, ruined their lives, basically. And from there, we have a micro-budget horror movie. One that's about revenge, one that sort of reminded me of a few Tales from the Crypt episodes. And it is nice that he was able to dedicate this to his dad, and his dad got him into making movies. And when you make movies on micro-budgets, you have to be smart, have ingenuity, and apparently he had to do a whole lot to make this film happen. And he's done a few shorts and a few other horror movies, and that's great. I'm glad he's getting work. I'm glad he's doing what he loves. This movie also, I'm just going to say right now, with all that said, this isn't very good. It's got a neat little concept, one that's familiar, and while I appreciate what they were trying to do, this felt like it should have been released about 20 years ago. Budgetary constraints aside, this is overly long. This felt like it should have been part of an anthology, maybe for like 30 minutes. There are a few little, I guess, plot twists, as it were, but nothing is particularly shocking, and because of the small budget, the violence basically consists of the character, Joseph, picking people up like this and doing a time to atone. And yeah, you shouldn't do bad shit because karma can come back and get you. That's pretty much, I believe, the message of this movie. Yeah, I ran it for a few bucks on Amazon because I'm always willing to support independent filmmakers, and why not? Why pirate the stuff? Because they have to eat, and a few bucks from me, it's just a few bucks from me, but if more people do it, then other films can be made by these filmmakers. Bigger, badder, bolder, or just more stuff. Maybe they can make movies about boulders that come back from the dead to kill people. Why and how you would kill a boulder, I don't know. But that being said, in all seriousness, it's got a fine concept, but it's not good. This is barely a movie. It's just a concept. And well-worn, well-traveled cliches and all that stuff. And there's really not much more I can say without getting into the spoilers, and the spoilers won't even take very long. I was intrigued by the poster, even if the poster kind of made it seem like it was from a bygone era. It's like a late 90s, early 2000s direct-to-video horror movie that was released in 2023. But then again, you know what? He dedicated to his dad. Can't fault him there. Is it one of the worst things I've seen this year? No, not even close. It's just not very good. It's just not very good. So I am going to get into spoilers just so you know. That's really your warning right there. Nevertheless, 3, 2, 1, spoilers. Okay, so Jessica and her sister Candace are close. This home invasion, by the way, contains some of the, oh boy, the acting in particular, and I mean, I'm sure the people were trying their best, was not good. It was not good at all. I think everything was done in 1 or 2 takes, which again, micro budget, that's fine. The home invasion part was just really, really bad. Really bad. Joseph ends up shot. This is after they find out that they are unable to get the house of their dreams somewhere. We don't know where. And the loan officer, whoever the hell she is like one of the worst. She gives good news and then immediately takes it back. Shit, I got called right after giving you the good news. Somebody else made a better offer to do all the closing costs and stuff. And then Joseph mentions how he has a bunch of money stored in his house because he doesn't trust banks. Then that leads to the home invasion. He gets killed. Jessica's distraught. Takes us. We get flashbacks also where Joseph has said, hey, I was given this piece of paper while I was pumping gas at the gas station. This lady said, you and your wife are trying to have a child, but you can't. So here's this lady, this Shiba. Not a Shiba Inu. Not a dog. I would have laughed at that. That would have actually been funny. The Doge dog, as it were. And it's like, well, no, we don't need no demon baby. We don't need no demon baby. We don't need no demonic control. And then after that, she goes visit this woman. This woman resurrects her husband. He kills indiscriminately, seemingly. Actually, he's killing people that had to do with the home invasion. And it turns out also that the sister had something to do with the home invasion. She had basically said, hey, this one person that you knew, I sent him there. I was going through a really bad time in my life, so I'm sorry that your husband got killed. You weren't supposed to be home. We were just going to steal from you. That makes it okay. No, it doesn't. The death scenes are really not very good, and the reveal just isn't very shocking. And this movie's also, for the concept and for the what they had, this is overly long at 88 minutes with credits. Barely has enough material for 40. Again, I appreciate the effort, but it wasn't good. This was not good. And basically, one funny part actually is after killing a whole bunch of people, there's one point where he rips a spine out from a guy, and you can totally tell he's just holding it and then ripping it, pulling it up like, I ripped it out. There's another part that's even more egregious where he kills this one guy, Brendan, and pulls his heart out from his back, but he's clearly just holding it and doing this. And look, I understand, but if you can't do something to make it look halfway good, you probably shouldn't do it. Nevertheless, still not the worst thing I've seen this year, not even close. But then the sister confesses that she knew all about this stuff, and she's in some kind of therapy room building thing for anxiety. And after ripping the guy's heart out, Jessica basically says, my sister's all I have left. You need to go. Stop killing people. Is that what you want? And then he leaves. And then the smoke appears. And then she's upset at her sister. She says, I'll be back in 2 weeks. Then she leaves. And then Joseph comes back and kills, seemingly resummoned by Jessica. And that's it. Yay! He was the Reaper Man. And I don't really have much more to say about this movie. I appreciate the effort, but it gets an F because it's not quality, it's not good. I'm sorry. It wasn't good. I'm not saying don't watch it. I'm just saying don't expect much, at least from me, personally. Agree, disagree with what I said, like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Rickland. I'll see you soon.